Hello and welcome to Hello, I Am Clutch, where I am here on a beautiful day in San Antonio, Texas to go around Six Flags Fiesta Texas for you. So in this video, what I want to do is do a big old walkthrough around the entire park, show you like just what it looks like to walk around, kind of take a little peek at all the ride shops, just to see what it is as you walk around the whole place, because it is a fun, wonderful Six Flags park, and it's worth showing off. Now, right here is the beginning of the park where you first enter, and actually right to the left is one of their first major roller coasters, Chupacabra, which is one of the classic Batman clones. So that is literally right at the front of the park. Now, if we want to go down this way, I'm going to talk probably a little bit throughout this. I have never actually done a full walkthrough video like this before, so I'm not sure exactly how much I will or will not talk. So I want you to see it all. I want to point out what I see. Plus, I think, you know, it's fun to just enjoy the sights and the sounds of the environment. So I'm going to try to cut this as little as I can, but it is a big park, and my batteries, I've never tested them to this extent before. So I'm excited to see what we got here. Now, I am here during the Mardi Gras time, so when you are here, it might be a little bit different. I mean, the space is going to be the same, the walking is going to be the same, but this is just like the port of entry, a lot of just nice theming, and that's something that's special about Six Flags Fiesta Texas, is that the theming is much better here than in a lot of other Six Flags parks. Like, it's extra special here. Like, we got this humongous alligator cooking some gumbo. Or is that something else? Is that jambalaya? Tell me in the comments what it is, everybody. Anyway, so you come to this main area here and you have a nice first view. There's not really any like grand focal point, but you do have the boomerang right here to beckon you in to the park here. And so like during Mardi Gras, there is shows here, there's other good theming, and so you can kind of go to the left, and that kind of gets you to like the Rockville area and like some of the rides that way, which we will get to eventually. Or you can go to the right, which gets you more to like the Steampunk Old West town area. Oh, I gotta talk over that music a little bit. I guess you see that Midwest, that Old West Steampunk area with some of the bigger roller coasters like Iron Rattler, Dr. Diabolical. So you can see there's like snacks along the way here. There's a little theater to the right over here. And just so you know, if you do come before rope drop, you can get pretty far into the park. I was actually here prior to rope drop this morning, and they let people on the boomerang even before they opened, which was really nice. Now, I do apologize for that sun beating us in the background there, but what are you gonna do? I can't control where the sun is, and I didn't think about filming this until the sun was in that position. So that's what you're getting today. As we continue along, over here is, I think, where some of the Six Flags Hurricane Harbor entrance might be. I don't really go to water parks. I know I'm not a huge water park person, so I don't know a lot about that. And again, I'm here during the Mardi Gras time when the water park is simply just not open at this time. But that's a whole other thing you can go on here. As you can see in this little section, not much going on, but still some nice theming. So it's around right here, actually. Right here is where they let you go up to for a rope drop. So I can speak to that at the very, very least. Now up here on the left, it looks like we got Old Blues original style barbecue. So we got a barbecue place there. Yeah, this looks definitely like the entrance to Hurricane Harbor. That makes a lot of sense. Over here we got Captain Jack's Snack Shack. And then right now, this next little bit is not super exciting at the moment, but as I'm filming this, and it's still unannounced, I believe this section will become a little bit more exciting in the near future, because I think they're already starting development on a new, as people are assuming, a roller coaster for 2027. So you can kind of see the work being done right here. Nothing. And so walking here though, you have this sign up here that says, let's say, Crackaxle Canyon County Cooperative, a 2027 development. So I'm filming this in 2026. So that lets you know that this is probably still a ways away. But here we are now to there's Dr. Diabolical going down there. That's a great ride. There's a great pre-show and such for that one, which is great. Got the train tracks that you go across here as well. And then this section is pretty great, because this is where like you get a lot of the major rides, where on the left there's Dr. Diabolical. I'll show the entrance in a sec. Then you also have over here on the right, Roadrunner Express. And so I mean, this just has so much magnificent wood theming. And then a little bit down the way is Iron Rattler. But I'll as we pass them, I'll make sure to point out every single one of the entrances. So like, cause they're all nicely themed. Like here's Roadrunner Express up there. And a lot of what we're seeing on the left and the right is like gift shops or like exit points of the rides. So I would think, yeah, I think you might exit out there for Roadrunner Express. I mean, most of the rides that I've been on in this park exit through a gift shop, which makes a lot of sense. So there's the Iron Rattler roller coaster right there. That is a fantastic, fantastic ride. One of the best first drops. It goes up on the quarry wall. I haven't even talked about the quarry wall. I gotta show you that. So there's Dr. Diabolical's cliffhanger. And so you'd go down there and to the left a little bit just to get on Dr. Diabolical. It's kind of a dead end at present. So you just go down there and that's it. Then we have a few more cute rides over here. We got a kind of a frog hopper that's very Texas themed, which is fantastic, called Bucking Broncos. We got the Wacky Wagons, which are wagons that are, they're kind of wacky, as described. But then this whole section, which is very much like Old West Town, feels like there's gonna be a shootout here. But there's not. It's just gonna be people walking and possibly getting a snack. That's it. But it is nice. Again, that's something that's really great about Fiesta Texas is the theming. I know I've said it, I'm saying it again, I'll probably say it a third time. It really just looks nice. It feels like, we did originally, as far as I know, start not as a Six Flags park, which might be indicative of why it continued to have all this great theming. But I mean, it's been a Six Flags park for a very long time, and they just went with it, and I appreciate that very, very much. Now over here on the right, they do have a ride called Daredevil Dive, but it is currently not in operation. It is, I think they're rebuilding and redoing or something. And then here at the end of this stretch is one of two of the train stops, where the train is actually there right now. So this is the Whistle Stop. You can get on there. You can actually take it to kind of the German area, near-ish the front, which I'll show you when we get there. Or you can just ride it completely around, take it around for fun. It's about, I think once it's moving, it's about like 5 minutes or so between stations. So like going all the way around is about a 15-minute ride with the stop, which is great. So on the left here, we just got some more food. Nothing too crazy over there. Just, you know, places to get snickety snacks. And then over this bridge here is where the entrance to the Gully Washer is. The Gully Washer is the River Rapids ride with, as you can see, the bluest water known to man. Anyway, yeah, it's actually, this is crazy that it is the Mardi Gras time and this is a very hot day. This would actually be a great day to probably get soaked and gully washed, as you will, if you will. I will not. I'm not usually the biggest fan of getting completely soaked, no matter how hot I am. I'll do a log flume, not so much a wash in the gully. As we continue along here, let's see, we got like the Great Trestle Bridge for that train, if you will, over there. And then something, again, I haven't fully like mentioned out loud is one of the neat features of this entire park is the fact that it is kind of in a near a rock quarry wall. Like this wall goes circles like almost along so much of the park that you can see back here, and some of the rides like interact with it. The Iron Rattler that I talked about and the Roadrunner Express go on top of it a little bit, and then in the future there's some others, and then if you take the train, as you can see right here, it goes into that tunnel. Now I'll be honest, that tunnel, nothing too exciting in the tunnel other than the fact that you're going in a pretty cool tunnel. So I do enjoy that little feature of it. I mean, the waterfalls, the kinetic energy of it is just fantastic. Now looking to the left over here, this feels like a place that is ripe to build something, because right now this is a rather large gap in the walk around of this park, which is a little bit surprising. So I think this is gonna be our first cut. And now that we're after the first cut, we are entering a big, fun tunnel. Ooh, there's a woo-woo from the train coming by. Okay, I don't want to try to speak over it. Okay, anyway, we are now entering the DC Universe section, which is, I think, a relatively new area with a lot of great rides, a lot of like simple stuff. They actually have a cute kind of monorail system up there at the top you can see going around. To the left is a roller coaster that I believe never fully opened. So I don't know as much about the history of this. I know they made another one of these at another park that did open for a minute, and then again, I don't know the exact specifics. Something didn't go super great with that. But anyway, let's go inside DC Universe just to check out what they have over here, because there's lots of cute stuff. As far as I know, as far as I've seen, there's no like full kiddie land at Six Flags Fiesta Texas. But this has a lot more like kid-friendly rides over here. So like here we have a Green Lantern kind of Dumbo style ride. We have the Cyber Revolution. This is a Nebula Z. That's what that kind of ride is called, and I love just watching them. They're really fun to ride too. They're a little bit more forceful than I would expect, but they are a lot of fun. And this area is just incredibly well themed. Even if you don't know DC characters, it is adorable. Oh, yeah, people having a good time up there. So let's see, to the left here, this is called Poison Ivy Toxic Spin, which for being Poison Ivy Toxic Spin is rather tame. And then over there we have Shazam Tower of Eternity. That takes you up there and does like kind of a medium-sized drop tower situation. This is your entrance to the Metropolis Transit Authority. This is how you get up to that monorail system that goes around the whole DC area. Then here we have a fun little ride, the Penguin Gotham City Getaway. This is just like a little car ride that's themed to the Penguin. And I do want to point out this because it's something I love about it. It's meant to be kind of a kiddie car ride, as you can see here. Kind of like it's all on a train. There's nothing special. But like we have an actual penguin, like not animatronic, but like a statue, and then like all the penguins from Batman Returns around with their rockets and such on their back. That's just hilarious to me. Oh, and there goes the train that we heard earlier. Something fun about trains, it's the one time you can wave and people might wave back and it's not weird. Can we get anyone to wave? Anyone? Anyone? Got one. Got one. The one who worked here, obviously. Okay, let's go back this way and see what else we're missing. Oh, you can see up there in the distance. You can see there is a like kid coaster over there called, I believe, the Catwoman coaster. That's not the full name, I'll get it in a second. But it's a nice little family coaster, but it goes over the water a little bit. You can't see it from here, but it makes it really nice. It's a really nice kind of like, I feel like it's bigger than a kiddie, but not out like full family. So let's see what we got here. This is the Batgirl Coaster Chase. For some reason I thought it was Catwoman, but it is Batgirl Coaster Chase. All right, so now we're leaving the DC universe, like that main kiddie area. There's more DC universe stuff coming up, like that is addendum to the DC universe. Actually, I gotta go back a little bit because I kind of skipped over something by doing that. So, just to give us some orientation, we got the Joker Carnival of Chaos swing right over here. Then to the right, this is actually going a little bit back the way we came. We got a lot of midway games right here, as you can see. But there's something at the end of this that I need to make sure you know. So, also got some food over there to your left as well. So again, just to keep in mind, I'm walking a little bit backwards at this point because where I exited was not where I entered. And so what I wanted to show you is over here, this building that says Daily Planet Superman Krypton Coaster. That's how you get to the big blue and red Superman coaster that's in the background in some of the shots, and I'll point it out when we get back there. But you actually have to enter through the gift shop. Not often where that takes place. Anyway, I'll catch you back at the Joker ride. So back at that Joker ride, they do have kind of like a pre-show sort of area that has like some fun theming and such in there, which is really kind of cool. And then you can see kind of in the background, let me try to get it for you. There's that roller coaster track over there, that red and blue there, and it goes all along the quarry at the top there as well. And that is that Superman coaster I was talking about just a moment ago. Then so we saw how you had to enter through the gift shop to get to that. And then one more thing here on the left is the Supervillains Swing. Supervillains Swing. So just your classic swing ride, but themed to the supervillains. And so I think we're finally fully exiting the DC area at this point. Although technically there's some more DC related stuff coming up, but I believe this section is called Rockville. This is kind of like 1950s like doo-wop kind of place. It's got like, you got the fun little like street facade and such over here. There's not as many rides in this immediate vicinity. This is how you get to Batman the ride. So if I come over here and show you, I like that it's the Monarch Theater. I think if you know Batman, that's a very obvious reference to Batman there. You enter right through there to get to that, and Batman is that yellow guy up there that does like all the spinning that I do not like, but I like to show it to people, and I like to tell people how I do not like it. But continuing on over here, I just like that, like, again, you go from one themed area to another themed area, and there's a lot of just cute, fun stuff to see pretty much everywhere. There's a lot of shops and things to eat in this section. And if you were here for the Mardi Gras time, a lot of the Mardi Gras food and such is here, I believe. Like, you can see all the Mardi Gras theming on the top. There's a really good show actually in the Rockville High School Theater called the Voodoo Dolls, which was very fun. A lot of singing and dancing. This is like good kind of little bit of a dark edge to it, which is, but still completely family friendly. Very fun there. And then when we get to the end of the street, we can go left or right, but we're really going right is where we want to see a couple of quick things, maybe just one quick thing, but it's an important quick thing, and it's literally a thing that moves quick. So you can kind of see it in the distance there. It's the Wonder Woman Golden Lasso Coaster. That ride is a lot of fun. It's kind of like a single file line. You can kind of see it at the top up there. But this thing is a whippy fun ride. Like, that thing goes fast and furious, and it is like a lasso whipping you around. It is really, really fun. And so I really like to show that off there. Let's have it come back for a second just to see it go. Look at this thing go. It goes, man. It goes. Whoosh. And a whoosh. And a whip. And a whop. And a golden lasso. A flop. Anyway, turning back around. So you can go a couple ways at this point if it's open to get to kind of the far end area where you can go around the Rockville High School, or you can go directly to the right over here to get to, I forget the name of it off the top of my head. Oh, Fiesta Bay Boardwalk. It's on that billboard over here. Billboard. Yeah, sign. Mini billboard. It's right up there for me. So this is the way to the Fiesta Bay Boardwalk. So you can go either this way, or there's another way around that I'll probably come out of. But down here, there's like kind of a boardwalk vibe. You'll see I kind of am wanting to talk a little bit while we're not seeing much on the backside here. So what we are seeing right now in front of us is the Fireball. That's just like a circle roller coaster. I mean, I know it has a name, but I don't know it off the top of my head. And I'm trying to do this without looking up stuff. But I do like this area. Just, the vibes here are very fun because, again, you're immediately on like a boardwalk, and there's a lot of good rides hiding in the back over here. One of my favorite rides in the park is actually over here, which I'll show you in just a second.
Well, this ride's close too.
So continuing the shot, trying not to end it, we have over here, right around the booth, is a ride called Pandemonium, which is kind of a spinning ride, or spinning roller coaster. So you see that orange track in the back over there. I'm sure people will be coming around in a second. Let's see, yeah, here they go. So this is one of those rides where, depending on the weight distribution in the car, you can get more or less spins as you're going around. It is really fun, it is really smooth. It's kind of neat that you go up this humongous boardwalk to get there, and then it's just like hidden in the corner, and you really do get a good view of the rock quarry in the back here as well. There is also the go-karts down here. The go-karts are in upcharge, and I feel like I don't see many people do the go-karts. I still am sometimes surprised that theme parks and amusement parks have go-karts as an upcharge, because it just seems like people don't do them that much. Leave a comment down below. Do you ever go on the go-karts and pay the upcharge at amusement parks? It seems silly to do so. Anyway, back this way is where we have kind of the majority of the rides for this section. I mean, you can just sit in an Adirondack for a while if you want to, but then we also have Spin Sanity. Spin Sanity is kind of like a tilt-a-whirl without the full thing. Kind of like, it looks a little bit between like a Himalaya and a tilt-a-whirl over here. And then we have a, oh, Ferris wheel. I always want to say merry-go-round, but it's just a sideways merry-go-round. It's not a merry-go-round. And what's actually kind of neat, and this seems like it's here all the time, is they have a Fright Fest haunted emporium, like an all-the-time shop with some Fright Fest stuff, if you want to get that, which I think is pretty nice. And then here in the corner we have something known as the Wave Runner. The Wave Runner is just a scrambler, but it's still a fun kind of name there. And over here is the ride that I want to show you the most. This is the one I am the most excited about, is Pirates of the Deep Sea. This is the park's one dark ride, and it is much better than you'd expect. It is a shooting dark ride, but it's not with screens, it's with a bunch of physical sets, a lot of the effects at work. It is got a themed queue, and the ride is fun with lights, sounds, smells, and adventure. And I just think this is kind of, to me, one of the hidden gems of the park. So now, leaving the boardwalk area from the other angle, we have a small little swing ride for the kids. Taz themed over here. And then we got a fun Rockville bus ride over here that seems to be stuck in the up position. But this is again the other way to get into that boardwalk area. So just to turn around and show you, there's like this is kind of the main way. You can see how it says Fiesta Bay Boardwalk. It's got that nice facade with the big Ferris wheel in the back. So that's a little bit more obvious when you go that way as to where you're going. But continuing our tour, so this is like the other side of that Rockville High School theater that we were talking about before. So we've kind of just done a circle in the back of the park. So it kind of dead ends, but you can also kind of circle around just a little bit. Then here we have a big drop tower, or not drop tower. I know they have a different name than drop tower because you do more than drop. You kind of come down and you bounce a little bit. Let's see if we can get an action a little bit so you can understand what I'm saying. That's a lot of compressed air. All right, go ahead. I mean, that's a tower, and it drops. I would call it a drop tower. This is known as Scream, presented by Skittles. That's who sponsors it apparently. Oh, and there's something I cannot miss. There's something I definitely cannot miss. I almost missed it, and I would have felt very bad if I missed it. So it's back over here. So again, not exactly backtracking, but tracking back. No, there's something just very important that I got to show you over here in the corner. Besides more food over here and a big banana crossing our path. It's this over here, something that might be the greatest version of this ride that I have ever seen. Basically, take the teacups, combine it with billiards, and what do you get? Oh my goodness, you get the Hustler ride. You get, again, teacup billiards, I already said it. It's fantastic. I love the theming here. I love that they have kind of a neon sign in the back over here. I love that the lights at the top are also billiard themed. I think that's just a wonderful part of this. And now that I've gotten myself in a corner, I'm gonna have to jump cut. And here we are now in front of another restaurant, kind of like a 50s style diner, where they got a fun like car and this doo-wop kind of theme going. And then if we continue along this way, we really were just back across from that was just a bunch of Midway games, so nothing too much to see there. Here's the other side of the Batman ride. Now I showed you already where the entrance was, but it feels like this is gonna be where the entrance is, but it is not. It is back at that Rockville section at the front of the Monarch Theater. Sorry about the sun there, but I'm just trying to get around so I can show you over here the entrance to Poltergeist. Poltergeist is a fantastic ride. It has a great queue. It's themed, fun, like boarding station. It's that big green spaghetti bowl in the back. That's your Poltergeist ride. It is a lot of fun. But anyway, if we continue along over the bridge over Mia, we'll be getting into, I think, our last major section of the park. This, I think it's called Spassberg, but I know it's German themed, so again, please correct me in the comments if I am wrong, because I'm trying to do this off the top of my head, which is not always the easiest to remember anything. This is only my second time ever coming to this park, but I wanted to capture it in all its glory for you, and a little bit for me. Anyway, here's the train tracks, so this is kind of, as you can see, where we're getting to the other train station. Straight ahead is the Grand Carousel. It is literally called the Grand Carousel. It's really cool because there's a lot of horses on there, like normal horses, but there's a lot of unique animals on there, like zebras, rabbits, ostriches, giraffes, some mythical creatures. There's one guy riding a pig. I don't understand. Like, it's not you riding a pig, it's a guy riding a pig, and you are also riding it and riding the pig. Like, let's see if we can, yeah, here he is. Look at this. Guy riding a pig, and then you ride the guy, the pig that's riding the guy. I don't even understand. I just love it. I think that's so much fun. All right, so again, this is kind of like more of a German themed area. So as the Hustler was a really cool kind of teacup ride, a more kind of straightforward teacup ride is the Kinderstein. You're literally in some teacups, but there's also a stein in the middle, so that's great. And as you can see here, there's some more jovialness going on. Because again, here during the Mardi Gras, so like during the middle of the day, there's shows everywhere, which is really cool and really enjoyable. But something I did want to show off while we're in the German section is the Sanger Hall food court. Because this is, I know, like kind of a big main place to get food. You can see we got German pork loin, pepperoni pizzas, chicken tenders, you know, your traditional stuff, but also they got braised beef with spätzle, which is great. And something I enjoy about it is it's just, air conditioned. Oh, that's nice. You can see also it's like well themed in here. Like they got a whole like kind of facade of like German buildings in the back over there. It goes, wraps around, it goes up to over here. There's also some restrooms in here if you need them. And it's just a nice big pavilion. It honestly, it feels very Epcot-like in here. And for that alone, I love it. So let's see if we can get out of here without disrupting the performance too much. Because I got a few things to show you across the way. There's still some more German stuff. Like, the German section here is mostly shops and such, and I guess a fun show or two. But let's go across the way here because there's one more thing I need to show you in the German section. And sometimes I like to not cut if I can, but then sometimes your battery betrays you and dies in the middle of your shot. And so then you don't even get to show it uninterrupted. So it is just across from that food hall over there. There's the food hall. I just walked across over here. And you can see we got this big fun castle facade. This is Bugs Bunny's, I believe, river rapids. Water rapids? We will see in a second. It says rapids, but it's just a log flume ride. It is not open at the time that I am here. Again, I'm here during Mardi Gras, so I think it's doing some seasonal maintenance right now. But I know it has some good theming. I've heard it's really fun, just like log flume to begin with. It's kind of neat because it's a little hard to show because I'm gonna get out of the sun there to help with this. Hold on, and there we go, okay. So the boat first goes down in a trough over here, and then eventually circles around and does an aqueduct thing up at the top over there, which is really neat. So just to like look over the edge here, because you can probably see it drained right now. Yeah, drained, lots of leaves. So yeah, definitely not getting on that one today, but it's a neat one. So anyway, I'm gonna catch you back on the other side of the thing. Thing is a word that here means other side of the show. So I'm on the other side of that show again. And so walking back to this last little section at the front over here, just one really important thing to point out, and it's not the candy store, although that is pretty important, that candy store right there. No. It's not the water gun game. No, it's important, but it's not the most important. It's this over here to the right. It's the other train station. So yes, we saw the one train station at the back of kind of the fun Old West area, and then the other train station here, kind of at the edge of the German pavilion area here. So again, you can catch it at both stops, and it'll take you to the fun spots of the park. It'll take you around, either on a fun circle tour, or use it as a mode of transportation. But then when we keep walking this way, you go under the bridge here, and what this is actually going to do is get us back to the front. So once we're under this bridge, I'll show you in just a second here. First of all, like going under a bridge like this is fantastic. This is lots of fun. But yeah, there's the backside of that like main stage area over there. There's the boomerang over here, and that'll pretty much about do it. So look at the beautiful train. Look at the beautiful train up there. So thank you for coming along with me for the fun tour around Six Flags Fiesta Texas. If you did enjoy this video, I would love to know in the comments. Like, I've never done a walkthrough of a park like this before. If you'd like to see it done a little bit different, or if you'd like me to show off different stuff, I would appreciate you letting me know. If you found this to be informative or helpful in any way, again, a like can help the video quite a bit. If you want to see more fun videos of me going to fun places that are more vlog style, like really showing off the attractions, subscribing is the easiest way to get notified about those videos. But if you just want to see like a full day at Six Flags Fiesta Texas, click on this video right here. That'll show you kind of when I was here and what it was like some of my opinions on the rides and a little bit more commentary on what there is here that's fun. But if you want to see some more fun things in Texas, click on this list right here. There's a whole bunch of fun activities in Texas that you can find in that playlist right here. So until I see you in the next one, goodbye. I am still Clutch.